Welcome to Burma Tutorial. Today we're going to talk about box shadow. Box shadow is a CSS property that adds shadow effect on an element frame. So you can set a multiple of box shadow by using command. So a shadow effect can be either blurred, you can even add border radius, or you can even add colors or change different colors. So for example, to help us to understand box shadow, imagine when the sun is shining and you're walking under the hot sun, you can see your shadow, not so? Or when the moon is up at night, you can even see your shadow. So this helps us to see that even when it comes to CSS, we can add shadow effect. Now remember, CSS is there to beautify our web page. So when you have your HTML element, you can add box shadow effect to your HTML element. And at the end of the day, it will become more and more beautiful. So let's go into an example to help us to understand box shadow. So let's come here. For example, I can come here to my Visual Studio Code, and I can come here to file, and I can create a HTML file, and I can create a HTML file, and I say .html. So to get all the HTML element content, so I press Shift 1, I press the tab key, and see is here. So I can kind of change the title here. So I can change the title to working, so that just say working with box shadow. Box shadow. Yeah, we can say working with box shadow. That will be okay. So now I can come here and create a div. So in this div, I want to create a class. So I can create a class, and I can name this class shadow 1. Then enter, create a text. So to create a heading, so I just put H1. There are 6 different headings. So the HTML, the smaller the letter, the bigger the heading. So H1 is a very big heading. So the higher the number, the smaller the heading. So if you want to understand more, you can watch my previous tutorial. It will help you to understand different type of headings in HTML. So now I can come here and I can just step understanding. So I can say understanding box, understanding box shadow. So let's say understanding box shadow in HTML. So I can just come save this. So now to write one thing over and over. So for example, I can come here, I want to create a break. So to create a break, just say BR, and also say BR. So I'll create a break. So I can say BR. So I create a break. Now I can come here and just copy this and make it 2. So Control C, come here like this, enter, and I press Control V, enter, and I press Control V. Now what I want to do, I want to change the class. So I can come here, I say 2, and I can come here and I say 3. So I can just save this. So if I come here like this, I can right click on this and I say open with live server. So you see, so when I say open with live server, you can see my HTML code that I just wrote. Now this is a dev environment. So the reason why we say it's a dev environment, because this web page that you see is not uploaded yet on the internet. So for that reason, my computer has assigned IP address to it. So you see, there's a dev environment IP address that has been assigned to the web page. But as time go back, we're going to discuss more about how we can be able to upload our website or web pages to the internet. So we're going to use different domains to be able to see that happening. Now let's add CSS to this to beautify it. So I can come here to my Visual Studio Code, create a new file, come here like this to new file, you seen it? So I click on this new file and I can say box, and I can say box shadow.css. So okay, so I can come back here to new file and I say box shadow.css and I enter. Now I can come here like this, so I link it to my, so I can come to my box shadow.html and I come here to the head tag. Remember, whatever you put in the head tag cannot be seen on the website. So I can come here like this, press link, so right to the href. I can be able to say / and I can be able to come to box shadow.css because I want to link it together. So now my box shadow.css is already linked. Now, not to waste time, if you come here, I want to start this this class. So within the class, I have understanding box shadow HTML. So I can just come here like this. If you want to, you can copy this or you can go and type it there. So just come here to box shadow and I can enter. So when I enter, remember that class. So if you want to understand how to use class and ID, you can check on my YouTube channel. There are videos there regarding a class and ID. So I just put, since that is a class, that means it will be a full step or a pure sound. So I put this here and I press Ctrl V, put my curly braces and enter. Now let's move on now. Let's start. The first thing I want to put background color. So I can say background color and I can say pink. I want the background color to be pink. So I want to give a width. So I can say width. And the width should be 500 pixels. I want to give a height. And the height should be 200 pixels. Now let's save this. Come back to our browser. So you see it. So you come to your browser. This is how it's looking. Now I want to add border radius to make the edges a little bit round. So I can come to my Visual Studio Code and I click here and I enter and I can see border radius. I can make it 30 pixel. Save this and I can come back. You see the edges will be round. So you see the edges down. Now this is my text. It's too close here. So to create space between your border, you have to use padding. So I want to create space. So if you want to understand border radius, if you want to understand border, you want to understand margin, you want to understand padding, you have to watch my tutorial that I have on my YouTube channel. So now I can come here like this and I say padding. So I want to create space within my margin. So I'll say 20 pixels. So I can come here, click on this, and come here like this. You see, so you create space within the margin. Now let's come back to our Visual Studio Code, and now I want to add my text or my shadow effect. So I can say box shadow. So box shadow, I can say LED red, and I can say 10 pixel. Then I can say another 10 pixel, and I save this. So now I will come here like this. So you see my shadow, see the shadow around it also. So you create shadow around it. Now, since we're using this video for education purpose, I will not want to copy this and just go and paste it and customize it, but rather I will come at it, and if we come to box shadow the HTML, you notice that we got a class that we call tool now. So we want to start this class. So I can come here like this, and I can enter and I put dot, and I can just change this to 2 for my curly braces. So I could just say background, I could say background color, I could use the same pin, that's it, and I can enter the same width. I would say width should be 500 pixels, and I can say height should be 200 pixels, and I can say border should be the same 30 pixels, and I can say border radius should be 30 pixels. No, so I already got border radius there. Now what I want to add is box shadow. Sorry, it's not box shadow yet, but I want to add padding. So I say padding, and I say 20 pixels. Now I want to add box shadow, so I can say box shadow. So this now, so see this one now. So when I say box shadow, I say 10, and I also say 10. Now, whenever you using box shadow and you feel or you decide not to add the color there, like for example, the first one we added the color there now, so for that reason, the shadow effect was red. But now, color is now being added to number 2. So what will happen? Certainly, if you don't add color there, the box shadow has its own default color, and the default color, which is black. So the default color is black. So at the end of the day, you will see black. So for example, let's save this and come to our browser. So if you come here, you see. So even though color is not added there, so box shadow has its own default color, which is black. For example, if I come here like this and I add blue, let's just see I add blue there. Or let's take this. So save this, and I come back to my browser. See it? So it add its own there. So they add this purple color there. Now let's come back here like this and remove this. So we can come here like this. Remove it. So you see, if we move it, the color from there, it will give its own default color, which is black. Now, so I know you understand how to add box shadow. So since a 3, so I can just come here like this, copy this, Ctrl C, come here and press Ctrl V, change this to 3. That is okay. So that is class 3. Now I can save this. So the color here, I want to add a color there, and the color I want to add there is gray. So I could just say gray. Gray is what I want to add there. So now when I save this and I come back to my browser, so you see it. So you see in the gray effect. Now, box shadow too can also be you can also add box shadow on the text. So how can we add box shadow on our text? So for example, I can come to my Visual Studio Code, come here to my Visual Studio Code, and I can come right here. I use the HTML property, and I say text shadow. So when I say text shadow, I want to specify the color. So the color I want to use is this one, and I will say 10 pixel, and I can even say 10 pixel, then I say 5 pixel. So I save this. You see the color will be blue if I come to the browser. So you see it. So if you come to the browser, you notice that the color is blue. Let's do this. So you're seeing the shadow effect now. So you're seeing the shadow effect. Now let's come here to this one. So which is you come to the CSS. So you come to the CSS. When you come to the CSS, come to our class number 2 for shadow number 2, which is a class. So I can come here like this and I say text shadow, and this one I could say the color should be red. So color is red. So I can say 10 pixel. I can say another 10 pixel, and I can add another 10 pixel. See how it be looking. So if I save this and I come to my browser, so you see it. So it look ugly now. So let make it 5 instead of 10, 10, 10, 10. So I can come here like this, and I just make it 5, and I press Ctrl S, and I come back here. So you see it. So you see the shadow effect. So we have discussed about box shadow in HTML and CSS, how we can be able to add it. So as time go back, we're going to add the box shadow to our different effects. I'm going to see how it will be beautiful. Thank you for watching. This is Burman Tutorial.